Hey everyone, welcome. So the Quest 3 is without a doubt a phenomenal piece of tech. But here's the thing, the experience you get right out of the box, that's really just the beginning. The real goal, the optimal setup, is when you completely forget you're even wearing a headset. You know, where it's comfortable for hours, the battery never dies mid-game, and all your gear is safe and sound. Today, I'm going to walk you through my personal setup and show you every single accessory I actually use to make that happen.
Look, if you've just unboxed your Quest 3 and after about 30 minutes you're thinking, wow, my face hurts, or wait, is the battery already dead? You are definitely not alone. Those are the exact pain points that can really hold this amazing device back. But don't worry, because we are going to fix all of that right now. So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the big one, upgrading comfort and power. Then we'll dive into mastering your play space to keep you safe. After that, we'll cover how to protect those super important lenses and get everything organized. And at the very end, we'll do the final tally to see what it all costs. It's our roadmap to the perfect VR setup. Let's kick things off with what I think is the most critical upgrade of all. Because honestly, what's the point of having these amazing virtual worlds if you can't stand to be in them for more than half an hour? Comfort and battery life, they're the two biggest hurdles for pretty much every new Quest 3 owner, and that stock strap just isn't built for it. The good news is we can solve both of these problems with one single upgrade. Okay, so this right here is the heart of the problem. That stock cloth strap on the left, it basically forces all the headset's weight right onto your face. It creates these awful pressure points on your cheeks and forehead. It's just not designed for long sessions. The solution is on the right, a rigid, what they call halo-style strap. This is just basic physics. It acts as a counterbalance, shifting the weight off your sensitive face and onto the much stronger parts of your head, like your forehead and the back of your skull. Plus, it has a battery built right in to keep you playing for hours. Now, when it comes to solutions, these are the two best on the market right now. Kyiv design makes a great strap for sure, but in my opinion, the oVRview S3 Pro is the one to beat. I mean, the specs kind of tell the whole story. It's got a massive 10,000 milliamp hour battery that gives you an extra 3 to 4 hours of playtime. But its killer feature, the thing that makes it amazing, is that the battery is magnetic and hot swappable. You can literally just snap a fresh one on mid-game and keep going forever. It even has a little fan to keep your lenses from fogging up. For about $90, it is an absolute game changer. And yeah, that's the price for that game changer, $89.99. I know it might seem a little steep, but you have to look at it as an investment. You're not just buying a piece of plastic, you're buying countless more hours of comfortable, uninterrupted gameplay in the virtual worlds you love. It totally pays for itself. So my verdict on this is firm. Upgrading your head strap and getting a battery solution is absolutely 100% essential. It's not a nice to have, it is the single most important upgrade you can possibly make for your Quest 3. Seriously, don't even think twice about it.
All right, so our headset is comfortable and powered up for the long haul. Let's talk about where you're actually going to play. A fantastic VR experience has to be a safe one, and that means setting up your play space correctly so you don't end up punching a wall or tripping over your coffee table.
And this is your digital safety net. It's called the Guardian System. It's this awesome feature built right into the Quest that lets you draw a virtual fence around your play area, just like you see here. If you start to get too close to that boundary, this grid pops up in your vision, giving you a warning before you actually smack into your TV.
And setting it up is super easy now with the Quest 3's Smart Guardian. When it prompts you, just choose the room scale option. The headset uses its cameras to automatically scan your room, mapping out the furniture and walls. Then you just use your controller like a little virtual spray can to trace your final boundary on the floor. Set the floor level and you are good to go. The whole process takes, like, less than a minute.
So what needs to be outside that boundary? Well, Meta's official safety guide gives us a really clear list. And it's basically anything you don't want to punch, trip over, or completely destroy. You got to pay special attention to the things you might forget about, like low-hanging ceiling fans, or your cat or dog wandering into the room, and of course that expensive TV.
So yeah, the verdict on this one is a no-brainer. Setting up your Guardian boundary is completely essential. And the best part? It costs you nothing. It's a fundamental safety feature that every single person needs to do every single time they play. No excuses. Okay, our headset is comfortable, our battery is topped off, and our play space is totally safe. So what's next? Well, now we need to protect the most delicate, most critical part of the entire headset, the lenses. You got to think of these as your windows to every virtual world, and they need to be treated with some serious care.
And I really want you to pay attention to this quote. It's pulled directly from Meta's own safety manual. This is not a friendly suggestion, it is a critical warning. The lenses act like tiny magnifying glasses, so even a few seconds of direct sunlight hitting them can focus that light and permanently burn the display panels inside. This is, without a doubt, the #1 way people accidentally kill their headsets.
And when it comes to cleaning them, you have to be just as careful. The official method is really simple, but it's also really strict. You only use a dry, clean microfiber cloth. Never, ever use any kind of liquid or chemical cleaner because they can strip the special coating off the lenses. You always start in the center and gently wipe in a circular motion outwards. This pushes any dust or debris to the edge instead of just grinding it into the lens and causing tiny scratches.
Now for some active protection, you've got 2 great options. For pretty much everyone, I highly recommend the Kyiv design lens protectors. For about $15, they're just a simple plastic shield that gives you cheap insurance against scratches and dust. But if you wear glasses, the official Zenni prescription inserts are a game changer. They snap right over the lenses, which means you can ditch your glasses completely. It's way more comfortable, the view is clear, and you don't have to worry about your glasses scratching the headset lenses.
So my final call here kind of has 2 parts. Basic lens protection like that Kyiv shield, that's essential for everybody. It's cheap peace of mind. The prescription inserts are technically optional, but honestly, if you wear glasses, I'd say they're one of the best quality of life upgrades you can possibly buy.
We are almost there. Our Quest 3 is comfortable, it's powered up, it's safe to use, and the lenses are protected. The very last step is just keeping everything, the headset, controllers, cables, all organized and safe when you're not using it. Because, a tidy setup is a happy setup, especially if you ever plan on taking your VR with you.
When it comes to storage, you've got a pretty clear choice. On one hand, you have the oVRview C3. It's a tough, hard-shell case with a molded interior that's perfectly shaped to fit that S3 Pro strap we talked about. That one's about $60. Or, for a little less, there's the Kyiv Design P4 case. It's more compact, more budget-friendly at $40. Either way, it's a massive improvement over just, tossing your $500 headset into a backpack.
So, my verdict here is, it depends. If your Quest 3 is a homebody and never leaves your living room, you can probably get by without a dedicated case. But the second you plan to take it literally anywhere, to a friend's house, on vacation, a good protective case becomes absolutely essential.
Okay, we have covered all the gear. Now it's time for the question I know you've all been waiting for. What does it actually cost to build out this kind of ideal Quest 3 setup? Let's break down the final numbers.
And this table really puts it all into perspective. The 2 items that I consider completely non-negotiable, the oVRview head strap and the Kyiv lens protectors, that's going to run you about $105. That's your essential upgrade cost. Now, if you want to go for the full setup like mine and add that travel case, the grand total comes in just under $145.
And that's really the bottom line here. For about $100 to $150, you're not just buying a few extra accessories. You are fundamentally transforming the entire Quest 3 experience. You're buying a massive upgrade in comfort, you're buying hours of extra playtime, and you're buying the peace of mind that your big investment is actually protected.
So, that's it. That's my complete setup tour. Everything I actually use day to day to get the most out of this headset. But now I want to turn the question over to you. Looking at this list, or maybe thinking about your own setup at home, what is the one accessory that you absolutely cannot live without? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.